Alright, hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar, and we're going to do a special video, an update video on VERU Oncology Company, a cancer fighting company or cancer drug development company that came into existence after a merger, and the female health company, which they specialized in female condoms and stuff, and there's a whole backstory behind that. But I want to really do an update on recent developments. You know, if you've followed me or followed the site in the last 6 months, you know I've been in this stock. And we've been riding it up. My original cost was about $1.30. It's trading at $1.94. It was up to $2.20, $2.30 pre-market, $2.40 pre-market, and a couple of times with some news. And this is just a basic chart of it. And again, this is something typical, not typical of what I trade. I usually trade higher quality names, blue chip, and S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, Dow 30 stocks on individual patterns and HBS methodology, and I specialize in divergences and stuff. There's a few stocks that I've been brought to my attention that I believe in the story also, so I've taken some interest in it and following along, and it still looks great. So I want to just make sure that everyone understands. I think this is a tremendous buy down here. I really do. Not happy with $1.94 stock. I always say to myself when people ask me about trading penny stocks, I said, well, they're a penny for a reason. Penny stocks are really anything between $0 and $5 really. Even though pennies you would think under $1, but you don't really start gaining any type of street cred on the market unless you get your stock over $5. And I put them all in the same basket. But truly, there's one around $2 now, and you can follow the history back on this. We could go all the way back on the monthly and the weekly charts. It used to, it had a merger, and after the merger, it started moving back up, and now it's merged with an oncology company, and they're actually focused on their drugs now. And the drugs are in phase 2 trial. There's one important drug, the VERU 111. They're in their phase 2 trials. And it's a 12-week trial, and it started July. Just was looking at the recent update. They just did another presentation. It is a great presentation. It talks about everything. I was going to go through it with you, but I figured you could just do a search for VERU. It's on Seeking Alpha. And they presented at the Rodman and Renshaw Wainwright 2018 conference, and they do a nice presentation. They update you on their what the game plan is and what the roadmap is. And basically, I'll just update you. The roadmap is, fund these trials, and that's what the female condom is for. It's a product that they have FDA approval, and they have the largest market share of these female condoms, and they're being sold. And they get some big contracts from South Africa, Brazil, and some other countries. So it was important this year to get those contracts filled, and they got it. So that means they have now this cash to go forward and continue testing. And they only expect to get into that phase 2 trials. Once they get phase 2 trials, they expect to partner up or be taken out. So this stock is not a typical pump, cheap stock where you get a spike and you move back down. We see those every day. We see them every single day. This one, if we look back 2016, has slowly just been moving on up, and it's under accumulation. It's under accumulation, and everything about it acts like a regular blue chip stock. I mean, when we talk about buying Intel in a rotation, we get oversold. When it pushes overbought, it pulls back. When it gets over, in this case, because we're hanging around the top range of the stochastic band here, it's very bullish at that point. And originally, when that initial news came out, I don't know if this was the merger or whatever, it spiked to about $3. So that's the level right now that's really standing above this one, $3. If we zoom out, you can see they had a spike here. But this is really starting to move up, starting to get really, and technically speaking, I'm a technical trader. I could spot a great trade. And technically speaking, if I go back out on that daily chart, this is actually a buy divergence. And a buy divergence is my number one pick. It's where we have a higher rotation on the stochastic. Momentum is shifted before the price is shifted, and then we get the shift in price. Now that is on the daily, and the daily has a slow grinding. So another thing is we have new insider buying. Multiple insiders. I think there's 2. Buying stock yesterday for about $1.98. Today we had 300 times or 3 times average volume, 300% volume. and VERU was hanging in there pretty good. That closed at $1.92. My guess is we're waiting on news. Like I said, this presentation just was. Here it is. Actually, we'll bring some of this. I'll bring the slideshow up for us, and I'll try to go through some of it fast with you. Prostate cancer, novel medicine, urology, specialty pharmaceuticals, healthcare conference. That was just yesterday, the day before. I want to fast forward. It really goes. It's really a great thing. It really breaks down the science behind their trials and stuff. Oh my God, what just happened? Oh, block. Let me just go back here. Sorry about that. But it goes into detail also about their pipeline. So just remember, this is a stock that already has a marketable product, the female condom. They got 2 big contracts coming. One was South Africa that was just announced. The Brazilian one hasn't been announced yet, but I heard through the grapevine that they secured that one. There's maybe some other ones that are going to be popping up. You're going to hear about a couple more contracts in that South America region. So that's, that funds the trials. The trials are underway. The trial started in July. It's a 12-week trial, so do the math. July. I have to do the math too. I don't want to do it on the spot. But it's before the end of the year. We should have an update on phase 2. And if it comes out to be what everyone's expected, then this thing is, it'll look cheap at this point, because at that point that opens up everything for the stock. I mean, you have to read into it exactly what the trials. It's for a dosage on this VERU 111 that fights hot flashes due to treatment in prostate cancer, and a lot of people can't take it because they're older and they can't swallow the bigger dosage. So this actually, it controls the dosage. There's a lot of, again, I'm not a medical doctor and stuff, but I've gone through this multiple times. Know the whole situation, know when the trials are coming out, how how some of this stuff is already playing out, and it's very positive, very, very positive. So this could be a home run. It really could be. You have to really go check it out. I mean, they have tremendous report here, and it makes sense that insiders are buying. All right, it does make sense. I love that. So again, I have my position. I would like to add to it. I think once we get through that 220, 230 level, this thing's not looking back. I think that's going to, I think today, last couple of days have been an opportunity, including that divergence we're seeing right now. I don't think we're moving down further than this. There's too much good news coming down. The insiders are getting in again. Last time they got in was back here, maybe March, I think it was, and we had a nice spike after that. So this looks like a perfect scenario for the insiders to get in, get a spike, get this thing going. That'll get volume into the stock. Once the news comes, who knows where it could go. Like I said, you have to plan out your exit. I'm not sure what this thing will be valued at. I'm looking at a move over $3. But, I mean, we could see a move to $6. When it comes to momentum breakouts and day traders getting a hold of these things with low float, and there may be we'll see. We'll see what happens. So at this point, right now, hopefully this update helped you. I know we've been holding this for a while, and again, even though we're in lower, this last 3 months of consolidation is just frustrating. But that's actually a great thing. This thing is just holding up. It's actually looking great. There's great news coming down the line. People need to be less impatient. If this thing wasn't going to work out, it wouldn't be at this level and holding up. It would be a typical pump and drop stock. This thing has been climbing all year and is under accumulation. Next phase is a breakout. And it might, before that, we're going to get, $3 is our target, but I see this going much higher than $3 down the road. This end of the year, coming into the next 3 months, key for this stock. I think we start moving up from here. Next year, they got some more drugs on the way. Who knows where this thing could go? That's, again, speculative. Never trade with money you can't afford to lose. I'll put all that things behind that. I am long this stock. But I love when other people are long, we make money together. So that's it for now. You can follow this stock on Day Trading Radio with me, DayTraderRadio.com. I update it and always keep an eye on it. There's another one you might want to start looking at. The LIXT, LIXT. The next video I'll do an update and break that down. That is just starting to move. It's 95 cents. Again, I originally got in at 18 cents. The cost average a little bit more, and my cost average now is at 31 cents. And I have, okay position for myself, 7,000 to 9,000 shares, give or take, different accounts. Again, I don't know where the the possibility of this one is. It's just starting. That something's going on here, and we've got into it because of it. And from that point on, very jittery now. Volume is starting to pick up. Is there something going to be released? Where does this thing go? I heard that they've got someone to do their trials. They're in phase 2 trials too. I'm hearing great things coming from it, and this could be just a. I'm not even going to go there. It could be huge. This thing could be huge. So I want to be part of it. That's why I'm part of this. I don't know much else about it. If I toss up the VERU and the liquidity, I think VERU is more secure at this point. That I know a lot about that company. The liquidity though looks great, and we'll be following that one along with it. So hopefully you enjoyed those two. That little bonus, the liquidity. Like I said, I'm going to do another separate video on that. I'll do that in a few days. I'll get that out to you. All right. We'll see you in the markets. Check it out.